Day Pooter Ball. Another week, another big win for the Buckeyes. They took care of Penn State 38-14 for their 9th straight win over the Nittany Lions, their most lopsided win since 2015. The offense had itself a day with Julian Sain going 20-23 for 316 yards and 4 TDs. Both Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith getting over 100 yards through the air, and Bo Jackson added 105 yards on the ground. And other notable news around college football, the ACC is up for grabs as NC State dropped number 8 Georgia Tech and number 10 Miami fell to SMU. In baseball, the Dodgers beat the Blue Jays 5-4 in extra innings to repeat as World Series champions. Yoshinobu Yamamoto claimed World Series MVP. And the NFL, the Bengals host the Bears at 1 o'clock today. The CBJ beat the Blues last night 3-2. They're on the road tonight taking on the Islanders. And Columbus Crew SC takes on FC Cincinnati tonight in the first round of the MLS playoffs at 6:30 at Lower.com Field. Breaking sports news, what happens to the Fan?
Your boss won't listen to you. Your spouse doesn't listen to you. Your kids barely know you're alive. But here at The Fan, we love and appreciate you.
Just when we learn to appreciate what a huge wussy you are.
This is the show for the people, by the people. It's The Fan Call-In Show.
Presented by the ESPN Bet Sportsbook inside Hollywood Casino Columbus.
Here are the leaders of the Lunatic Fringe, Scottie Vegas and Ryan Baker.
So some of the luster was taken off of it, but being down there yesterday, that was still a fun game to be at, a fun matchup. I'll tell you what, Penn State definitely passes the look test. That is a big team, and they have got some impressive-looking athletes. And even though it was a 3-point lead at halftime, Scotty, never felt like that. I know Ryan Day in his post-game press conference said we were up 3 and it felt like we were down 21. Well, Coach, I disagree. It felt like you were up 21, quite frankly. And Ohio State just does what they've done this year. They continue to, as Bo Bishop says, act accordingly. They continue to do what they're supposed to. Julian Sain, I don't know how he is not your pick for Heisman right now.
He is.
I don't know how Ohio State doesn't have both of the first-team wide receiver selections in the country locked up with those two, and it was just a fun Saturday yesterday down on campus.
Yeah, and Ryan, you bring up the how this was kind of built up as the huge game preseason.
Yeah.
And, you get to it and Penn State comes into the game 3-4 and you're like, okay, it lacks a little bit of the excitement. But you know what? Beating Penn State for the 9th straight time, It's fun. It's fun. And the way Ohio State did it, and Julian saying, you mentioned the Heisman, he has moved up to be the front runner as far as the betting odds go. What a day. What a day. I mean, so again, good. 20 of 23, 316 yards, 4 touchdowns. And my favorite stat, 4 touchdowns, 3 incompletions.
That's amazing.
I mean, holy cow, what an incredible day, and what a great time. You mentioned this to me before the show started about it. You kind of are like, well, was this kind of a boring win, right? Is this a team that's just kind of like...
Not to me.
Yeah, right. You're getting to this point in the season now where you're going to have 3 games in a row where you're going to play bad teams, right? You're going to play Purdue. You're going to play Rutgers.
Which Purdue gave Michigan a hell of a time yesterday.
Yeah, yes, they did. I was watching pretty much that entire game, and that did get very, very close. But you know what? It's not boring. Like beating Penn State for a 9th straight time, not boring at all. I am a little sad that Penn State's going to be off the schedule for a couple years now.
That's a bummer.
That was a lot of fun yesterday, and of course that you got Purdue, UCLA, Rutgers, little three easy ones, and then Michigan.
And that one's always going to be shaky, right? We can all say, oh, there's no way they lose to this team. This team is too good. We all said that last year, too. So that one's going to be shaky until Ohio State
of course
goes out there on November 29th and gets the win. We want to hear from you. 614-821-9710. What are your thoughts on the Buckeyes win yesterday? Julian saying, should he be the front runner for the Heisman? Is he going to win the Heisman? Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith. I know, Scotty, we get caught up in recency bias. Is this the best wide receiver duo to ever play at Ohio State? And there's been some damn good ones, and there's been some damn good ones the past 5 or 6 years here with Olave and Wilson and Marvin Mack, and then Mack and JJ last year. I mean, these are the 2 best wide receivers in the country right now.
And it's not even close, right? I mean, they are believable. And Tate catching the deep ball. Like, it's funny because, all the talk about Julian Sayin and his completion percentage at 80%, and it's 7 points higher than the second place quarterback in college football. It's at an all-time rate. In fact, as far as completion percentage, if you were to look back in NCAA history since 1956, the top five right now, Julian Sayin 80% is number one. Bo Nix in 2023, 74%, number two. Mac Jones, number three from his 2020 season at Alabama. It's unbelievable. It's ridiculous. And then, I was kind of reading online, people saying, yeah, well, he's checking down a lot. No, he's not checking down a lot. He's averaging 10 yards per pass attempt. He has the number one passer rating in the country. He has 23 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He has just 39 incompletions on the season, throwing the ball almost 200 times. It's absolutely insane what he's doing. And, oh, by the way, they're playing good teams. Like, Penn State had the number 5 pass defense in the country going into yesterday's game. Texas, known for that defense. It's not like Ohio State's putting up these numbers against crap every single week. Julian Sayin what he's doing is absolutely insane. And it reminds me, Ryan, you bring up all these comparisons of other wide receivers. It reminds me of 2019 when you had Joe Burrow, and you had Justin Jefferson, and you had Jamar Chase.
Oh, boy, we're going there.
It's that level. Woo. It is that level. Except you also have an elite
Did
defense.
you see that bomb to Jeremiah yesterday? It looked a lot like it.
Yeah, right? It was great. And listen, we've said all year long, just throw it up to 4. He's down there. He'll get it. Maybe it should have been 17 because when you throw up a 50-50 to 17, it's not 50-50.
It's 99-1.
It's 91. He goes up there and gets it. 614-821-9710 is the phone number to call. We're going to kick it off here this morning with Jim.
Here we go.
Jim, good morning. Thank you for calling the Fan Call-In Show.
I've reported in from Section 36A, row 20, seat 12, just above the tunnel in the student section where I sit.
All right.
You can't have a better vantage point. I got one question to start with and just a couple of short observations. Does Jim Knowles, did he ever figure out that everybody was open? Everybody was open. The vantage from where I'm sitting, you can see kind of caddy full game aerial. And I'm telling you, everybody was open. I don't think Knowles figured that out. I don't think he can do anything about it. Secondly, Robert E. Lee Montgomery Knight set the standard back in the 70s and the 80s. He won 3 national basketball championships, would have won a 4th if Scott May hadn't broken his hand in 76. We got a new field general, though. His name is Field General Matthew Mr. Defense Patricia. I tell you what, this guy's something else, man. His in-game adjustments, his mid-game adjustments are just something else. There's some great minds in college football, I know, but this guy's ahead of all of them. And I just wanted to once again say what a privilege it is to go sit in that stadium and watch the character of the coaching staff, the camaraderie of the staff, and the character of kids that these people recruit. It's a real privilege to go and support them. And that's all I got to say today. Thank you.
Jim, thank you for the call. I will say this because I was lucky enough to be at the game yesterday as well. I don't think there was anything Jim Knowles could do about that because Ohio State, the one thing that, and I think we kind of thought this before the season, if there was one thing that would separate this Ohio State team from a team like Penn State, it was their talent on the outside. And I have that at receiver and the DB position. And I don't think those DBs could hang at all with those Buckeye receivers. And it's pick your poison, right? Who do you want to double? Who do you want to triple team? Because if you double both of them on the outside, then Max Clare is open underneath. Brandon Ennis is open underneath. Brandon Ennis had a decent day yesterday. We know Julian checks it down to those backs, and they're all good out of the backfield.
Tight ends.
So I don't know if there was anything. Yeah, we saw Bennett Christian get involved. Will Kazmara get involved yesterday. I don't know if there was anything that Jim Knowles could do because there was no way. And I don't know if there's a team in the country that could man up on these receivers. I just don't know what Jim Knowles could have done yesterday.
Yeah, and thanks for the call, Jim. We have the phone lines open this morning, 614-821-9710. We got prizes to hand out, including passes to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And Jim brought up Matt Patricia and the adjustments made, right? So that second quarter got a little dicey, right? Obviously, you had the 75-yard drive that led to a touchdown to get Penn State on the board initially. And then you give up that one right before halftime. You have the fumble, the unfortunate fumble by Donaldson, and then Penn State puts it in the end zone. But then you go into halftime and you come out and then you adjust. And this is what Penn State did in the second half. Their first drive, 7 plays, 16 yards, punt. Second drive, 5 yards, 2 yards, and then a punt. Your third drive in the second half for Penn State offensively, 3 plays, minus 11 yards, punt, and then on the last possession, an interception. I mean, the second half defense was absolutely elite after one shaky quarter, right? That second quarter was shaky, but they came out in that second half, and that D was unbelievable, as they have been throughout the whole year.
Yeah, just dominating performance everywhere. And by the way, I know we've talked about this a lot. Arvell Reese is an absolute monster.
Ridiculous.
He is a one-man wrecking crew on a defense that has a lot of them. I mean, he stands out every week.
By the way, the other thing that we need to talk about, because after that Wisconsin game, that, nitpicking, everybody talking about the Ohio State running game, okay? And then you have Bo Jackson come out and 13 carries, 105 yards. And an underrated play that got me so excited yesterday was Julian Sain. Yes.
That was not an underrated play, because I have it highlighted on my sheet.
Yeah.
And I looked at Tyler and I said, we're going to look back at the end of this game, and that's going to be a monster play.
And it was incredible, right? The pocket awareness. Like, we know that he's elite. We know Julian Sain is absolutely elite with his accuracy, with his release. But that pocket awareness, I believe, is a little underrated. And it might be at an elite level as well. And to pick up that first down and be able to do that with the legs, that just adds another dynamic to his game, which we already know is at a Heisman level right now. We're excited because we got a lot of callers on the line. It is a morning where we are taking your calls. It is your show. It is the Fan Call-In Show, 614-821-9710, and prizes to give out throughout the entire morning, Ryan.
Yes, we do. Woo. So again, 614-821-9710 is the number. Clay, Michael, we see you on the line. We will get to you next. It's the Fan Call-In Show on The Fan.
The only workplace in America to participate in the Doorknob Fart Game. And we also play office basketball and sometimes do radio. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Dormar, you're kind of cute.
Ugh, gross. Can I come over to your house one time and you not have your husband prancing around in its tidy whities?
Well, I can't do laundry because our septic line is clogged.
Call Dormar. They do same-day plumbing repair.
Dormar, you're kind of cute.
The Sonic Temple Art and Music Festival returns May 14th through 17th with My Chemical Romance, Tool, Bring Me the Horizon, and Shinedown. Plus, Pierce the Veil, Good Charlotte, The Offspring, Sublime, Godsmack, Breaking Benjamin, Marilyn Manson, and so many more. Sonic Temple in Columbus, Ohio, May 14th to 17th. Passes on sale now for as low as $1 down at SonicTempleFestival.com.
Taking out the trash. Hey, Columbus, this is Zach Bourne.
And Jacoby Bourne.
When it comes to waste service, you want a team that knows how to deliver under pressure, just like Saturdays in the fall.
At Bourne Brothers Waste Services, our team is built on toughness, teamwork, and consistent execution.
We're the most reliable and customer service-focused waste company in Central Ohio.
Whether it is recycling, trash, construction waste, roll-off containers, front loads, or compactors, we have it handled.
Call now or visit BourneBrothers.com and let us tackle your waste needs.
Taking out the trash.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why our agents work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Isn't it time to check Shelter out? Find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with low prices in every aisle. Kroger shoppers never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
It's BOGO week, so use your card for buy one, get one free deals on Kroger brand apple juice, Screamin' Sicilian pizza, and more participating items. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Common Man and Timmy.
I saw two guys get into it in the bathroom, and one guy threw the other one in the tub of urine.
Oh.
Common Man and Timmy, afternoons on the Fan. It's sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company.
Aaron, I'm freaking out a little that you're giving away $500 in free repairs whenever someone buys a new water heater.
When people are faced with an unexpected expense, an unexpected gift helps restore balance to the universe.
Get Eco.
ECO. How many things can our plumbers do for $500 or less?
Tons of things.
Like what?
We can repair a toilet that's not working. We can replace a hose bib, install a utility sink or a vanity, run a water line to an appliance, replace a garbage disposal.
Get Eco.
ECO. Replace a shutoff valve, fix an exposed water leak.
What's an exposed water leak?
It's one you can see. It's not inside a wall and it's not underground.
And we're going to do these sorts of things for free just because a person buys a water heater?
Yeah, for free.
Because we're restoring balance to the universe?
Balance to the universe.
Get Eco.
ECO. Give it away, plumbers, genius electricians, and gonna make you cool again, HVAC technicians.
Whoo, go to geteco.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Hey there, Central Ohio. I'm 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Michael Behrens. We'll start the day off in the low 40s, upper 30s, and make our way to the upper 50s for the afternoon as skies clear. More sunshine Monday, Tuesday as temperatures push up near 60 degrees. That's your latest 10 Weather Impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
There's nothing Bo Bishop can't do well, except find competent co-hosts. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan. The Fan Calling Show, presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The show that allows you, the sports fan, to be the star.
Yes, it does, and you guys are blowing the phone lines up. 614-821-9710 is the number to call. Let's head back out to those phone lines. Scotty, I'm guessing we heard this a lot yesterday if you were watching the broadcast.
Oh, my goodness, what a play!
Let's go out to line 3. Let's go to Michael. Michael, good morning. Thank you for calling the Fan Call-In Show.
Guys, hey, just a small observation from the game yesterday. I think it was Brandon Ennis. Somebody caught a nice pass, decent game, went out of bounds, celebrating with the other players, drops the ball, stops for a second, looks back, picks up the ball, and hands it to the ref. And I just thought, man, it's been a while since you see people that know football well enough to know you got to respect everybody on the field. I thought it was a great subtle little football, tidbit.
Yeah, great observation, and that observation is going to send you to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. We're going to hook you up with a pair of passes to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So we'll go. So hold on the line. We'll get your information. But yeah, that you were just talking to me during the break about this, about the character of this team, and you hear the post game interviews with Julian saying, and you hear Tate and all that, and it's an extra exciting thing about this Ohio State football program is not only are you proud of them and how they're playing the game, but also appreciate what they're doing off the field as well.
Yeah, I was talking to someone who is a professor at the school yesterday, and they were just talking about the night and day difference between some of the teams in the past and these Ryan Day players, just how good they are, how hard they work in the classroom and everything. And it's something good to hear, especially in a day and age of college football where we kind of feel like we're not here to play school. I think we've heard that in the past, right? And you would think that's the way, especially with these guys making money. What do I need to go to class for? What do I need to do this? It was good to hear, like, wow, this team really does have a lot of character, and that's nice to hear. Let's head back out to those phone lines. Let's go to Wally. Wally, good morning. Thank you for calling in.
Morning, guys. Hey, just wanted to say before I get to my point is the funniest thing I saw yesterday was walking up to the stadium. Some guy had some picture of Portnoy, and it said Princess Pussnoy on his banner, calling out that guy from Fox. So that was pretty hysterical. And then anyway, my one disappointment from yesterday, even though these guys are so fun to watch, is I don't want the team to get the reputation that the SEC schools and Clemson used to have of getting all the calls from the officials. And yesterday, I think Caleb Downs should have been thrown out for that targeting call, and I was wondering if you guys agree.
I do agree. I think he got away with one there. I still hate the rule. And actually, Joel Klatt brought this up too. I still hate the rule that the targeting gets you thrown out of the game. Like, I am totally all in on 15-yard penalty. I understand it. I still think it's absolutely ridiculous that you get thrown out of the game for the targeting, and even more so suspended for the next half of the game. I think it's so stupid. I can't believe that we've had that dumb rule in college football for as long as we have. Look, to me, that probably was targeting, and he probably should have been by the rule kicked out of the game and then out for the first half against Purdue. But I also think that rule is really stupid.
I think the one thing that saved him in this instance, and I think it was just a protection thing for Caleb Downs, for himself, but right before the contact happened, Caleb Downs turned his head to the side.
Yes.
So it was kind of the side of his helmet that made contact first rather than the crown. And they always talk about the crown of the helmet leading with your head. It is interesting because he definitely launched. He was definitely jumped in the air to make the hit. I do think it was that last second turn of his head to the side that probably saved him, but he thought it was targeting. Yeah. The coaches thought it was targeting, and they were all looking to the heavens saying thank you when they didn't call it targeting.
Yeah, I want to get your opinion on the suspension or the being kicked out of the game and missing the first half of the next game. Where do you stand on that? Because I've always, whether it's a Michigan player, Ohio State player, it doesn't matter to me. I think that rule is stupid. I've always thought it was stupid that they were out. I still remember back that Fiesta Bowl where Bosa, it was one of the first drives, I think, and you spend your entire career, and then that's how it ends, is being thrown out on a targeting call. I just hate it. I hate that you're thrown out of the game, and even more so suspended for half the next game if it's in the second half.
Yeah, it's so hard with something like that to determine intent. I think if it is super egregious, I understand it. And here's the thing, because I'm always someone, make the penalties. If you want to get rid of something and you want to stop something, make the penalties strict enough that it's going to deter people from doing it. And I do think that is something there. But I also, things happen. You're hitting a moving target. It's so tough in a game that is so fast and played at real speed, unless it is super, super egregious. And again, you can't judge intent. That's one of the things here. But unless it's super egregious, I don't like that. But I understand if you want to get it out of the game, you have to make a penalty super strict to make people not do that. Because if you're Ohio State, it doesn't matter next week, probably playing Purdue. But if you had Michigan next week, that's a huge blow if you lose Caleb Downs. So that's a way.
Or it happens in the playoffs.
For sure.
Or something like that, yeah.
So that's a way to get people not to do it. Let's head back out to those phone lines. Again, the number 614-821-9710. That's the number Wes called, and he will join us now on the Fan Call-In Show. Good morning, Wes.
Hey, how you doing, man?
We're doing great.
Good morning. I have a
question. I was just watching these games. You know, we got some of the best receivers, Tate, Smith. I used to say Smith, Tate. Now I'm going Tate, Smith. But anyway, this just show you how good we are. But thinking about Cleveland, like I was saying, they got all these draft choices. There it is, 1, 2, 3. Take them down there to Cleveland. We need some help.
Listen, Wes, as a Buckeyes fan, and thank you so much for the call. As a Buckeyes fan, don't do that to our Buckeyes.
Yes.
Don't do that to our Buckeyes.
Why are we wishing Buckeyes to go to the Browns?
As a Browns fan, I've been saying all year with those two picks, Downs and Tate. Tate and Downs, Downs and Tate, Tate and Downs. As a Browns fan, I would love it. As a Buckeyes fan, do not do that to those guys.
I remember in the Texas game, watching the Texas game, and Gus Johnson is talking about, oh, yeah, Tate has worked his way up to being a day 2 draft pick. Well, he's not a day 2 draft pick anymore. In fact, it'll be very interesting to see how high he ends up going in round 1 this year.
It's funny, before he even had this great game on yesterday, the PFF guys were talking about Carnell Tate this week in his draft status.
I think Tate, Trevor, has played himself from a fringe first-round wide receiver to a top 12 to 15 pick at this point. Man, you watch the film, this guy really has it all. He's got the size. They play him at every alignment. Shot play against cover 2 that Sain hit him on in the end zone for the touchdown where he went above the rim. He was lined up in the slot, tight to the formation on that play. His ability to climb the ladder and win the ball, it's so natural to him. The way he plucks the ball out of the air with his catch radius is just, it's so clean and super smooth.
I like that word he used there, plucked. Because that's what he does, right? He just goes up in between defenders. He high points that ball maybe as good as anyone Ohio State has ever had.
Yeah.
And he just goes up and snatches it.
It's incredible. Like, we remember Devin Smith and the deep ball, that how good he was catching in the deep ball.
It's different though, right? Devin Smith was so tall and he was so fast and he just seemed to get open and play like a center field.
Yes.
Tate it doesn't matter if anybody's there or not. He just goes and takes it.
Oh, it's incredible.
It's like a great rebounder almost.
Like, it's funny because these deep balls, like, you expect them almost always to be caught, right? Like, it's an incredible, like, it used to be like you throw one up and you're like, okay, let's hope somebody comes down with this. Right now with Ohio State, it feels like every ball that's being put up, you expect to be caught. Right? I mean, we're at that level, and that's crazy to even think about. But I guess when you have an 80% completion percentage, they're going to be caught.
He goes and gets them. He goes and gets all of them. If you're Julian saying, I mean, just every play, run go routes and throw it to those guys because the chances of you getting them are.
Hey, but give credit to the offensive line.
Absolutely.
Because when you are going to be throwing those deep balls, you have to have the protection to have the time to be able to do it. And the offensive line is given saying that time.
The offensive line has been really good. Let's get one more in here before the break. Let's go to line number 5 and Dave. Dave, you want to talk about the defense and some tempo?
Yeah, I was kind of concerned. First of all, good morning, fellas.
Morning.
I was like a little bit concerned about the way in the second quarter the defense responded to the hurry-up offense from Penn State. And also, I didn't that kind of happen in Illinois a few weeks ago when they were running kind of fast offense and we were like not with it for a while. I mean, we made the changes, but I mean, sometimes you may not have the time to go in at halftime and make the right call and stuff and twist things around. I mean, you might not, you don't want to get behind from the beginning, I guess, is what I'm kind of trying to say, man. What do you think about that?
So, Dave, I love the call. Let's hook you up with some passes to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Dave, this is something that I have said all year, that when teams go tempo, and I think this is any defense, right? When a team goes tempo, it's hard for you to react. And if teams have had success against this Ohio State defense, it has been when they've gone tempo. Ohio State can't, they don't have time to get new guys in. They don't have time to make substitutions, which they do a lot on the D-line. I think the other thing for Ohio State is when they do so much to disguise coverage and they move guys around, it's hard for them to get in those positions and do those things before when a team is running tempo. Here's the problem, though, is these guys are smart enough on the field to kind of adjust to that. Also, if you're an offense, you have to make sure that you're putting points on the board, because you may move down the field, but that field shrinks and Ohio State's athletes are good enough in the red zone. You have to make sure that you're putting points on the board, because if you're doing that, you're giving the ball back to that offense.
Yes, and I appreciate the call, Dave. I love that we're nitpicking the defense, because that second quarter was shaky. But then you went in, you made the adjustments, and then the second half, the defense was back to being elite again. And one other thing, there's all these coaching openings right across the country, and we heard all week about all the rumors about Brian Hartline talking to Penn State and that he's going to be a top target. I'll tell you what. Matt Patricia, to me,
that's your target,
is the guy that these schools absolutely should be targeting, because with the head coach experience, and he's good. No
good. Don't go after. Don't call him. He's been a head coach.
Don't even look at him.
It doesn't work. Leave him alone.
It's like in The Hangover where they're at the gas station. Don't even look at the car. Don't even acknowledge it. But no, I think Matt Patricia and what he's done here through 8 games has been absolutely incredible, and I'm surprised that we are not hearing him even more. And maybe we will at the end of the year, but I'm surprised that we have not heard more of his name with a lot of these openings.
I think most people just assume if he's leaving, he's going to NFL, right? Sure. But if you're a college, why not take a swing?
Don't even look at him.
Jeremiah, Dave, Steve, hang on the line. We will get to you in 2 minutes. It's the Fan Call-In Show on The Fan.
Does your vehicle need maintenance, but you don't have time? Krieger Ford's got you covered. Enjoy our convenient pickup and delivery service, or we come to you with our mobile service van. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today, only at KriegerFord.com.
Remember when they used to ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? At Bank of America, we ask every day, what would you like the power to do? When you work here, you help build businesses, inspire communities, and forge legacies. And now we've raised our U.S. minimum wage to $25 an hour. So the opportunity to do more also comes with competitive pay. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/25. Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
At Giant Eagle, we're helping bring the holiday magic home. Because your get-togethers bring everyone together. Because you make the holidays feel like the holidays. Because nothing beats free. From October 16th to November 6th, spend $350 and earn a free turkey on your next visit. Redeem through November 30th. Giant Eagle. Because it matters. Must scan My Perks loyalty card to earn and redeem. Restrictions apply. Visit gianteagle.com for details.
During this 10-second promo, Rothman will lose money gambling on something.
People like you come here and blow the family nest egg that built this town.
Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan. Back to the show of the fans, by the fans, and for these crazy fans. The Fan Call-In Show. Presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
Love you, crazy fans. That is for sure. 614-821-9710. That's the number to call in. We have got room for you. Jeremiah, though, you've been waiting on the line for a while. You are next on the Fan Call-In Show. Good morning, Jeremiah.
Good morning, fellas. I want to say it was nice to see the captain Ennis with a few catches yesterday. And one thing I want to say about that young man, two things really, is when he catches the ball, he runs noticeably harder than our other receivers who also run hard. And I'm calling it right now. I know he's falling down the draft boards. He will be the steal of the draft next year. And I want to get you guys' thoughts on that also. Thank you.
That's a great call, Jeremiah. Thank you for the call. I'm not sure about that because I don't know if I've seen enough of Brandon Ennis yet. He has had some more productive games here recently, maybe as they try to double up some other guys. He's obviously a guy you want in your locker room, right? And he's going to be a guy that no matter what, I think has a long career in the NFL as a locker room guy, a special team, a slot guy. I don't know about the steal because I guess I just haven't seen enough, but you could very well be right because of the character of that young man. It's hard to be a captain at Ohio State. I think it's even harder to be a captain at Ohio State when you really haven't had the production on the field. And the guy said this is a leader.
The thing that I love is that he's an amazing number 3 wide receiver, right? And we talk about the weapons all the time. I do want to bring up the running game one last time because, after the Wisconsin game, we got a lot of calls about, is this running game elite enough? Are they going to be good enough? And watching that game yesterday, I think we're going to see Bo Jackson continue because I think he was a little banged up for a couple of weeks there. I think we're going to see this running game continue to get better and better, but he was awesome yesterday, right? I mean, Bo Jackson was fantastic. The 13 carries, over 100 yards. I am surprised. You and I were talking about this before the show started. I'm surprised that he's not used more around the goal line. I know C.J. Donaldson had that fumble. He and look, there were so many people that were so critical of him on social media. I get it. I was frustrated too at the fumble, but that play I think should have been blown dead. Number one, but number two, I like the fact that C.J. Donaldson then when he got that goal line carry was able to get in and score because he took a lot of criticism, rightfully so. Obviously, that fumble was a big deal at the end of the first half, but he came back. He did get that goal line touchdown. That was good to see.
Scotty, I've said this the last couple of weeks. I don't understand the criticism of the running game, quite frankly. You can say what you want, but Wisconsin does have a good front seven. You heard the Ohio State offensive line talking about that all week. Bo Jackson was also banged up, right? He nicked that ankle in the Illinois game. He was banged up in the Wisconsin game. I don't think there's any doubt he's your number one back. Now we're seeing Isaiah West come on as kind of a compliment. James Peoples had a couple good runs yesterday. I don't get it. I do agree with you, though. Bo Jackson always somehow finds a way to fall forward. I don't understand why you don't want that when you're inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, and I did see a lot of people critical of the play call. There was 2 minutes left. All right, Ohio State was trying to get one last score before the end of the first half. I saw a lot of people that were critical of that run play, and I didn't understand the criticism of it because the Ohio State had 2 timeouts, right? Generally, what you like to do is you like to kind of get because everybody is thinking pass, right? And so generally, ideally, you get a run play that gets you 6, 7, 8 yards, and you kind of get the drive going and get going on it. So I had no problem with coming out and running the ball there. It's just, unfortunately, the play wasn't called dead. It was a fumble, and Penn State got the ball.
Back to the red zone real quick. I do want to see more Bo Jackson in the red zone, quite frankly. We've also talked about Carnell Tate going up and getting the ball. I'd like to just see a fade to Carnell.
Yeah.
In the end zone. Line him up on one side. Who cares if a safety comes over and helps? Just toss that ball real high. Let Carnell go up and get it.
We've spent a decent amount of time talking about Julian Sayin in the Heisman. He's now plus 175. He is the favorite to win the Heisman Trophy. Now you see yesterday Jeremiah Smith get a couple touchdowns, have a great game, over 100 yards. Do you think it's completely out of the question that Jeremiah Smith has a monster game against Michigan and a monster game against Indiana and gets back into the conversation? Because right now he's 40-1, had a really good day yesterday, but he's at the point where at 40-1, is there value, you think, in Jeremiah Smith, or is he not going to be really considered because now Julian Sayin is the guy?
I think Jeremiah would need a monster 4 games to get back in. And listen, I don't know if 5 for 120, whatever it was yesterday, and the 2 touchdowns, I don't know if that's monster enough. You may need like a 10 and 200 and 3 or 4 touchdown game, and that's just not what Ohio State is going to do. In the press conference yesterday, Ryan Day threw in a, hey, I want to back my guys for Heisman kind of thing. He threw it out there, talking about Julian first and then Jeremiah a little bit. But he also said that's not what we do. No. We're not about individual awards. We're about the team. And I think all of these guys, if they get that national championship trophy, that means a lot more than that Heisman trophy. Jeremiah, I think, needs a monster 4 games, though, to get back in.
I'd love to see Julian and Jeremiah both in New York. I think it's obviously near a lock that Julian's going to be in New York.
Probably
but
right now.
I want to see Jeremiah. I want to see both Buckeyes at the Heisman Trophy ceremony.
614-821-9710 is the number to call. Let's go to Dave. Dave, good morning. Welcome to the Fan Call-In Show.
Good morning. Talking about the targeting that happened yesterday, I think most people were in agreement. That the being kicked out for the first half of the following game, that's a load of but I don't really have a problem with if it is an actual targeting, like where he launched and had he actually been hit with targeting, for him to be ejected for the rest of that game. And my reasoning behind that is this has been a known no-no for a long time now, which is why you don't see it happen that often. But when it does happen, there does need to be something other than just a 15-yard penalty attached to it. I don't think that they should be kicked out for the beginning of the next game, but I do think that there needs to be a little stiffer consequence just to eliminate it completely.
David, great call. And I think the next half of the game, they want you out for a game, right? So if you do it in the second half, that's when you have to sit out the first half of the next game. If that's in the first quarter, I don't believe that's the case, right? They're just out for the game and then they can play the next game. But it's if you do it in the second half, they want the punishment to be enough to where you have to sit out a whole game. That's when you get the first half of the next game.
The problem is it's such an inconsistent rule, right? Across the board. There's been issues with it for so long. And that's my issue with throwing people out of the game or basically suspending them for the first half of the next game, because the implementing of the targeting rule has been a mess for about a decade now. So look, I'm okay with a 15-yard penalty. That's what it should be, 15-yard penalty, and then you move on. I just don't like throwing guys out of the game, and I certainly don't like the suspension for the first half of the next game.
Yeah, again, if it's egregious, I get it, but it's a fast-paced game. Things happen. People are moving. They're hitting moving targets, all of that thing. 614-821-9710 is the number to call. We've got 3 or 4 of you on the line ready to go next. Final segment of the Fan Call-In Show coming up on The Fan.
Tweet from a listener. Are you carrying the Buckeye game today? Considering we've never not carried one, yes. The answer is yes. The Fan.
Aaron, I'm freaking out a little that you're giving away $500 in free repairs whenever someone buys a new water heater.
When people are faced with an unexpected expense, an unexpected gift helps restore balance to the universe.
Get Eco.
ECO. How many things can our plumbers do for $500 or less?
Tons of things.
Like what?
We can repair a toilet that's not working. We can replace a hose bib, install a utility sink or a vanity, run a water line to an appliance, replace a garbage disposal.
Get Eco.
ECO. Replace a shutoff valve, fix an exposed water leak.
What's an exposed water leak?
It's one you can see. It's not inside a wall and it's not underground.
And we're going to do these sorts of things for free just because a person buys a water heater?
Yeah, for free.
Because we're restoring balance to the universe?
Balance to the universe.
Get Eco.
ECO. Give it away, plumbers, genius electricians, and gonna make you cool again, HVAC technicians.
Who? Go to geteco.com.
Taking out the trash.
Hey, Columbus, this is Zach Bourne.
And Jacoby Bourne.
When it comes to waste service, you want a team that knows how to deliver under pressure, just like Saturdays in the fall.
At Bourne Brothers Waste Services, our team is built on toughness, teamwork, and consistent execution.
We're the most reliable and customer service-focused waste company in Central Ohio.
Whether it is recycling, trash, construction waste, roll-off containers, front loads, or compactors, we have it handled.
Call now or visit BourneBrothers.com and let us tackle your waste needs.
Taking out the trash.
At Baths R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement, and that starts with the team who brings your vision to life. Our installers aren't just skilled, they're experts.
This is who we are. This is what we do all day, every day.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood.
Our owner?
Free oil changes along with alignment?
On any Ford tire purchase.
And Goodyear's up to $200 off?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling.
But the Wood family is behind all this.
Oh, those rascals.
But don't tell the accountants.
Of course not. And what do they do again?
Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Goodyear's and save up to $200 more. See store for details.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with low prices in every aisle. Kroger shoppers never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
It's BOGO week, so use your card for buy one, get one free deals on Kroger brand apple juice, Screamin' Sicilian pizza, and more participating items. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Love football, love wings? Put those bad boys together and you get Austin and Vern live at Roosters.
Presented by Bryant Heating and Cooling.
Large amounts of football and all the donkey sauce you can handle. Mondays on the Fans YouTube channel.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Save big money in your next project with help from Menards. Update your home with Peyton Vinyl Blank Flooring. It's waterproof and durable, making it perfect for active families. It provides a genuine weathered wood look that complements any decor and features an attached pad for added comfort and easy installation. Trust Menards for all your flooring needs. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Enjoy all the football this weekend, but remember to join us for Reaction Monday.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
The Fan. We care about your sports thoughts. Well, at the very least, we'll pretend for an hour. This is the Fan Call-In Show, presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
Jackson remains in the backfield next to quarterback Julian Sand. First down Buckeyes to the Penn State 11. Sand with a snap, fakes a handoff, lofts that one in the end zone. It's deflected, but down with it is Smith to catch it and step into the end zone. Jeremiah Smith catches a deflected pass and takes it in the end zone for a touchdown on an 11-yard pass play. One of the Nittany Lions tipped that ball into the air, but there was Jeremiah Smith to grab it like an apple off the tree and step into the end zone.
And that was the final score in yesterday's game. Ohio State 38-14 winners over Penn State. Scotty, I saw that pass get tipped, and it looked like it was going nowhere towards Jeremiah. And I went down to write something on my paper, and all of a sudden I see Jeremiah jump in the air. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? And then he reaches back and somehow snag. I don't know how that happened.
Unbelievable.
Physically, I don't know how that happened.
That's one of those catches where every time you start to think Carnell Tate might be the best receiver on the team, Jeremiah Smith does something crazy to remind you how
hey,
great
guys,
he
remember
is.
me? Yeah, something like that. We've got a lot of calls to get here, too. So thank you for that. A bunch of you guys calling in today. Let's head out to Steve. You've been holding the longest. Steve, thank you for waiting. Good morning.
Thank you for having me. I think our defense is on the verge of being the 2000 Baltimore Ravens. Physical. I'll give you a couple quotes. Antonio Pierce, New York Giants linebacker. This ain't tennis. Jack Tatum, my favorite player. We used to play a game called First One That Cries a Sissy. There's a reason why we have helmets and pads on. Caleb Downs, yeah, we're playing football. Yeah, it's a physical game. And targeting is so subjective, it's ridiculous.
Steve, thank you for the call. And it is a subjective call, and it's one of the things that makes it so hard, as Scottie was saying, to throw a guy out of a game and maybe keep them out of the first half of next week, because you can look at a play and say that it's not targeting. I can look at a play and say that it is, and vice versa. But, Steve, we thank you for the call. Let's head back out to those phone lines. Let's go to Vaughn. Vaughn, it's been a while. Good morning.
Hey, guys. How we doing?
We're doing good, bud.
Hey, real quick, I just want to touch on a few things, so I'll go super fast. I'll start with Ohio State and Georgia. You guys know every time I call, I got to mention Georgia. Talking about targeting calls, Downs got to stay in the game, and Georgia lost our star safety for our next week matchup against Mississippi State, and the only difference was the receiver for Florida ducked his head, and Bolden was ducking down with the crown of his helmet, so he's out of the game. Like we said, it's such a subjective call.
Yep.
Then to continue with Ohio State and Georgia, you know, it's so bad being an Ohioan and having to bet on these college sports bets, because you try to take a over so you don't get cooked by a meaty spread. And these offenses at the end of the game, why are they taking pages out of the NFL? But go score. People have your points. Georgia could have easily had 31 at the end of the game. Ohio State could have easily had 45 at the end of the game. And we're just taking knees. Like, can we – no. Guys, you know, or can we get our college player props back? Like, I know kids were getting harassed and everything else like that, but Carnell Tate touchdown would have hit yesterday. Darius Smith touchdown would have hit yesterday. Like, we're hurting the bettors, man. Come on.
Vaughn, absolutely appreciate the call. We are going to hook you up with a pair of passes to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. However, I will say, for you as a Georgia fan, I am never going to feel bad for you when it comes to targeting calls. Never in my life, Vaughn, am I going to say, oh, poor Georgia, not getting the targeting calls going their way.
I did feel for Vaughn on the whole taking a knee thing. I got burned a couple of weeks ago when Indiana took the safety at the end of the game. It cost me a bet.
That really is amazing. And if people didn't see it, of course, he stopped at about the half-yard line. Had a wide open opportunity to walk into the end zone, and then they would have covered the spread, and they don't do it. But going back to what Vaughn said, it's the inconsistency. That is the huge problem with the targeting. And look, as I said, 15-yard penalty, fine. Yes, fine. Okay with that. It's the suspension and kicking kids out of the game that I have a problem with.
We got two more calls. Both of them want to talk about targeting. Let's go to Alex. You've been hanging on the longest. Alex, good morning. Welcome to the Fan Call-In Show.
Good morning, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I'll make this very quick. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was the last touchdown that Penn State scored. It's one of those plays that I didn't see a definitive replay that showed that Penn State player crossing the goal line, because it was one of those plays where the refs just said it's a touchdown and the review didn't definitively say it was or wasn't. It's purely based on the referee's call, where if they had said it was no touchdown, then it would have been the same thing, no touchdown. But I didn't see anything that definitively showed the Penn State player crossed the goal line. I think that's something that should be addressed. And then the other thing about the targeting, it is such a subjective thing, and I felt bad for Caleb Downs getting that call that thankfully he's not going to be suspended or anything. But shouldn't the suspension be dictated based on the player status of who got hit? Like, if you could say, like, okay, he's fine, there shouldn't be any penalty. But I think, like, if he was seriously hurt, then maybe you could have gone with a suspension. I don't know what you guys think about that.
Thank you for the call. Really appreciate it, Alex. I've said that all along. I don't know how you can call targeting on someone and then that guy stay in the game and play the very next play. Like, if I'm calling targeting on you, that means we have worries about a concussion with you. You got hit in the head. You should have to go, like in the NFL, you should have to go in the blue tent for a play. You should have to get evaluated for a concussion if they are going to call targeting.
Good call, Alex. We've had great calls all morning long here on the Fan Call-In Show. We appreciate that. I do want to go back to what Alex was talking about with the Penn State touchdown. And I was kind of with you, Alex. Initially, I was like, gosh, it doesn't feel like he got in. And then they showed a bunch of replays, and you could could never see where the ball was. So when they had the call on the field of touchdown, you couldn't overturn it because you couldn't even see where the ball was to overturn it. That's why I think there wasn't more attention to that play.
I will say it didn't look like it being there to me. I couldn't tell. I didn't think he got in, but I am okay with that. Like, to me, let's shorten these replay processes. If you can't look at it within a minute and say, yeah, I'm sure one way or the other, you just go with the call on the field.
Especially since we have so many long stoppages throughout the game anyway. The last thing we need is another 3 or 4 minute discussion on whether that ball crossed the line. It was iffy, but there was no great video evidence to show that it was stopped before the goal line.
Let's go out to Wally. Wally, good morning. You're going to be our final caller of the Fan Call-In Show this week.
Good morning, fellas. I remember when football was football, and I miss those days, but sadly it no longer is, and the targeting rule has been established, and yesterday it was targeting. Now, I have the solution for you guys to this rule to make it consistently enforced. Simply make it 30 minutes of game time. If it happens in the first quarter like it did in that Fiesta Bowl that you mentioned earlier, then Bosa comes back in the third quarter. If it happens in the third quarter of a game, then sadly, it's going to carry into the next week. But at least the rule is consistently enforced across the board.
Wally, I like the idea. Thank you for the call. And I think that's what they do, right? Like we talked about it. They want it to basically be a one-game suspension. So if it happens in the first half, you're out the rest of the game. If it happens in the second half, you're out the rest of the game, plus the second or the first half of the next week. I think that's what they're trying to do, something like that. Putting a clock on it, maybe that helps. I don't know.
I think Wally wants a penalty box on the sidelines.
Oh, there we go.
How
That's
about that?
My sport.
Yeah, I know it is.
Dude, how about my sports weekend, by the way,
Incredible.
Scotty?
Your jackets last night.
Such a great sports weekend for me.
Yeah.
I was at Upper Arlington Friday night. I got to call the Upper Arlington Westerville Central playoff game. Then yesterday, I was at the shoe for Ohio State, Penn State. Left there, went straight over to Nationwide to watch the Jackets win. Hell of a sports weekend for me. I might go home and sleep the rest of the day.
And then tomorrow night, you're going to join me at the Shot, right? And watch the Buckeye basketball team.
I would love to, but I have to be here running the board for the Buckeye basketball game.
Right.
So
don't forget, hell is real in the playoffs tonight.
Yeah. What a great time to be alive. And by the way, we had an epic Game 7 of the World Series last night.
We didn't even talk about that.
I know.
Dodgers halfway to a big bet for me right there.
Baby.
Hey, you know what else is awesome? On the money.
Oh,
You're sticking around.
2 more hours.
We already saw Dave Biddle. He's out there on the money coming up next. This has been the Fan Call-In Show on The Fan.
1, 2, 3. Here at The Fan is always football o'clock. Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL